I am not the only man here. Why do you have that idea? Hi everybody, my name is Butternuts and welcome back to Everlasting Summer. Where we left off last time, the nurse asked for us to really pretty much take over because she has an urgent thing to take care of. So, I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Let's jump right into it. The publication date or month were absent. However, this was not a surprise. There were much stranger things happening here. I didn't know much about Soviet magazines. Maybe they actually didn't have publication dates on them. Models dressed in old-fashioned clothes stared at me from the glossy pages. Nowadays, nobody would wear such clothes. I smirked. I wonder if Slavia, for example, considered this fashionable. I could only imagine what would happen if she appeared in my time wearing something like this. Imagine we were all walking in hand in hand. I'm wearing my coat with the hood, and she is dressed in a lavish dress covered with lace and things. Seems like I'm already imagining Slavia in my world, with me, and not only Slavia. This dress better suits Olyana. This cute Seraphin would look good on Elisa. This skirt and cardigan would look nice on Lena. If only they could be real. No, I saw them, heard them, could even touch them. But still, they are here, and they simply don't belong in this place. It's alien to me. I'm just waiting for the chance to get out of here, waiting, because nothing is up to me anymore. I sighed, put my head on the table and fell asleep. I was awoken by the noise of the door opening. Ah, yay, Elena! The nurse isn't here. Then I'll come back later. I'm substituting for her. Since I'm responsible for pioneers' lives, I should do it with full responsibility, although in fact I was just afraid of something bad happening because of me. Any health complaints? I tried to give to Lena the most professional smile I could in order not to confuse her. Nothing special, just a little headache. Let's do this. Some painkillers, maybe. Of course, I wasn't aware where to find the required medicine, so it took me to find them. Finally, I handed a Minimazile tablet to Lena. Ah, I like her smile. It's so cute. Thanks, she smiled. That was completely unexpected, and I lost touch with reality staring at her. What? Oh shit, we made her nervous. Listen, I've been wondering, do you like this? I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed that magazine from the table and showed her that picture of a skirt and a cardigan, which would really suit Lena in my opinion. Maybe I went completely nuts thinking about all the girls being in my world. Or maybe I wanted to distract myself instead of just wondering for the nurse to come back. Lena looked at the picture. Yeah, I guess. Is stuff like this in faction? I guess. She got confused and started blushing. Why do you ask? Really, why? I think you'd look gorgeous in it, or just asking? I think you'd look gorgeous in it. Thank you. It's alright, I'm just being completely honest. We were quiet for some time. How was your headache? Much better, thank you. Oh, her smile is cute. She smiled. I'll be off. Good luck. Lena went out and I continued to look through the magazine. After a while, somebody knocked on the door again. Seems that the infirmary is the most popular place to go. Suddenly I decided to roleplay a nurse, just a male version, and said, "Come in." The door opened and Olyana entered the room. Wow, did I miss the moment when you decided to start knocking? Anything wrong with me knocking? He frowned. Where does it hurt? Why on earth would I tell you? Where is the nurse? Right in front of you. I imposingly crossed my legs and looked questioningly at her. I'd better go. It'd be better to die than to be treated by you. She smiled mischievously. You didn't even let me try. Olyana thought for a moment. Though you could give me some pills, what's bothering you? It took her some time to reply. A heavy stomach. Sure. It's not an empty head? I muttered under my breath. What did you say? Nothing. Give me a second. I found the pills in the first drawer that I opened. Thank you, doctor. She smiled cheerfully. Watching Olyana, I could not imagine how such an optimistic and active child could have any health problems. Overdose of stolen candies, right? Nah, cause she dropped a bag. Got food poisoning from the canteen? Considering the local cuisine, it's not that surprising. Maybe. She smirked. I see you're still alive and kicking. Well, I'm not complaining. Bye. Olyana ran out the infirmary, slamming the door. Again, I went back to studying Soviet fashion trends. Time passed, but the nurse was still absent. I wasn't searching for SHURIK, wasn't looking for any clues concerning my situation. I was just sitting and flipping through a magazine. Just for a moment, I felt quite satisfied with this situation. So far, everything that is happening here could be seen as just a trip to a summer camp. And if nothing changes anytime soon, then I can start worrying. Again, somebody knocked on the door. Did I miss the outbreak of an epidemic? Slavia was standing at the doorway. Oh, hi, is the nurse here? Hi, no, she's not here. I'm taking over for today. Great. I'd like... She hesitated. What? By the way, Semyon, Slavia said and looked intently at me. What? It seems I've lost my keys. Have you seen them anyway? Sure I have. Yes, here. I found them near the canteen yesterday. I wanted to return them to you, but forgot about it. I was really bad at lying. My cheeks were red, my eyes were wandering around, and hands were constantly shaking. Here. I was already preparing myself for an appropriate scolding, but Slavia only took the keys and said, Thanks! So what have you come for? I really needed to change the subject. Does anything hurt? No, it's nothing. Strange. I wouldn't even think that such an open person as Slavia would keep something quiet. Is there something bothering you? Tell me. That's why I'm here, to treat people. I smiled widely. No. I mean yes, but no. Hearing that made anything possible. Even division by 0. So, how can I help you? I guess you can't. She smiled and I was going to leave, but suddenly stopped. However, can you step out for a minute? Okay. I stepped out in the infirmary and leaned against the wall. I wonder what might she be doing? Something that I can't even see? After a minute, the door opened and Slavia came out. She was carrying a small bundle. I don't even want to get into it. Good luck! I shouted after her. Thank you! She gave me one of her sweet smiles before leaving. It's a little shady, though. I looked at the time. It was getting late. I'd read the magazine backwards and forwards, but the nurse still wasn't here. Suddenly, the door burst open and Lisa rushed inside. She looked at me piercingly. What are you doing here? Sitting. I admitted honestly. Okay then. It's even better without the nurse. She murmured. Are you sick? I asked passively. Elisa didn't answer and came closer to me. Move over. Why? So I can open the drawer, isn't it obvious? What for? She got angry. None of your business. Well, I'm kind of in charge here. She gave it a moment's thought. Then give me some activated carbon. Stomachache? Yeah. She grinned sharply. I got the feeling there was something wrong here. You kinda have to, I mean, you can get in trouble for not. It's like she'll say I didn't. Ah, fuck. I was gonna say that she can say that like I denied helping her when I'm supposed to be taking over for the nurse, but I forgot she got in trouble with Olga and nobody would believe her anyways. Damn it! It was 15 minutes till dinner and the nurse still wasn't back. I guess just leaving the place like this won't do. She asked me to look after it after all, and who knows what might happen if I leave. Though, who would want to steal anything from here, except for Elisa stealing activated carbon? I opened the magazine again and began flipping through it for the nth time. The fashion of the 80s weren't that fun anymore. Yawning got me several times. It was already 6 o'clock, so dinner has already started. Of course, I had to be on the watch till the end, but my stomach seemed to have its own opinion on the matter. I stood up and steadily headed to the exit. A rustling sound came from behind the door. Could it be someone else who got poisoned, broke their arm, or something even worse? I sighed heavily and pulled the doorknob. Seems it was just my imagination. I returned inside and instantly noticed that something had changed in the infirmary. To be precise, an apple has appeared on the table. Where from? Fruits can't just materialize from thin air by themselves, can they? Though in this camp anything is possible. Chances are someone just brought it in here. Maybe Lena wanted to thank me, given that she's all shy. But wait, how could she just slip past me like that? Lena wouldn't climb through the window after all. So there must be something else. I was suddenly overwhelmed by fear. What if the apple is poisoned? And why would someone complicate things when I'm here totally helpless and can be killed more easily? Or it might be the apple which Eve tasted in the Garden of Eden. In that case, I certainly shouldn't eat it. The same second, my stomach reminded me it was by rumbling the. However, it would take time to close the infirmary to reach the canteen to get food. My stomach is about to eat itself. There is nothing wrong, I guess. Once again, I tried to remember if the apple was there before. In the end, it just appeared out of somewhere. Maybe it got here through the window. The shutter was slightly open, so someone must have reached in and put it here. Nothing serious, however. No, don't eat the fucking apple. Oh. Even assuming that this is a normal apple, in any case, I should eat unwashed fruits. It was time to go for dinner. Along the way, I ran into Electronic. How is it going? Did you find Shurik? No, still no sign of him. Don't worry, we'll find him. I tried to cheer him up. Too much time has passed. I'll just keep on searching. What about dinner? No, finding Shurik is more important. He muttered thoughtfully. I left him at the crossroads and wished him good luck. Pioneers crowded in the doorway. I quickened my pace, trying not to be the last one in line, at least for today. And I was lucky. In the far corner was an absolutely empty table. I took my dinner quickly and sat at the table. Tonight's dinner consisted of fruit soup and a pair of buns. This set surprised me at first, but the taste was actually nice. I concentrated on eating. Lena, let's go here. Look, 3 free chairs. Yay! Miku and Lena. Lena and Miku stood in front of me. Are these taken? Wondered Lena. No, take a seat. Of course, I wish she were alone. Thank you. And there's Xenia. As soon as Lena said that Xenia jumped out from behind her back. I'll sit here. There are no places left, she said, putting her tray on the table and sitting down. Not even waiting for my answer. Sure, make yourself at home, I muttered sorrowfully. What? Nothing. To tell the truth, I wanted to reduce the whole company to just Lena, though neither Miku nor Xenia were causing much trouble. Except one was too talkative and the other was too arrogant. But nevertheless, they were absolutely harmless, especially comparing to some others I could name. Oh, seems like I forgot my key. Don't worry, take mine. I was surprised by Miku's short reply. Do you live together? Of course, didn't you know? Together, our cabin is the rearmost, the farthest from here. The last one. I wouldn't have been surprised if somebody told me that Lena lived with Slavia. Or with Xenia at worst. Even Electronic. With silent and shy Lena and excessively talkative Miku as a pair? That's really a surprise. Did you find Shurik? It's strange that Xenia is disturbed by someone's problems. Oh, come on, dude. Jesus Christ, you're so judgmental. No. Surely he's at the village buying cigarettes. Okay, maybe you're pretty judgmental too, unless that's a thing he does. Or vodka, she snorted. Village? At that moment, the conversation got much more interesting. Got a problem with the villages? Xenia looked amazed. You mean there's a village nearby? I think so, she said uncertainly. I looked at Lena and Miku, but they were both busy with their meals and did not pay attention to our conversation. You mean you don't know exactly? Why should I care? Xenia stared at her dish. But there must be something nearby. Listen. Listening? I don't know. Will you let me eat? Seems like I won't get anything from her, though there is a chance that she really doesn't know. The remaining time was spent listening to Miku talking about some nonsense. I was just slowly mad in silence. Obviously, the first thing I did after getting out was inhale a great breath of fresh air. The sun was setting. I decided to take a walk. It's highly unlikely that I will find anything more exciting to do for the rest of the evening. That was something interesting could arise quite unexpectedly. We should go back to the infirmary. I was approaching the square when I heard a loud bang. It seemed like something had exploded. I was paralyzed. Wait, I wasn't really paying attention. Did he actually say if something explodes? Why are you standing here? Let's go and see what happened. Can't you ever manage without me? I begged her pitifully. It shouldn't be anything serious, I hope. When we came to the square, there was already a crowd of pioneers. Olga vigorously pushed the crowd and approached the crime scene. Obviously, someone had tried to blow up Genta, but the attackers failed. The monument was standing upright. There were only dim ash traces on the pedestal. Oh, well, who did this? She looked over the crowd of pioneers. Oh, no, it was Elisa, wasn't it? Surely it wasn't done by an organized terrorist organization. These guys all came here just to look at what happened. I noticed Olyana and Elisa in the crowd, and it looked like our camp leader noticed them too. You two, come here! They approached reluctantly. Why always me? If you think so, show me your hands. What's wrong with them? I looked closer and saw that they were smeared with black. Now it's clear. What did you make a bomb with? The junior terrorist seemed to hesitate over whether or not to confess, but then blurted out proudly, God damn it! I knew I shouldn't have given her that. Activated carbon, saltpeter, and sulfur. Why exactly the monument? What did this honored man ever do to you? The fighter for the rights of... Besides, goddamn, I was about to figure out where I was. Besides, he gave me an activated carbon. She pointed at me with the finger. The whole square stared at me. Thoughts about the pointlessness of this hack due to the small bomb size left me at a very moment. She stole it. I did nothing. Even if he gave it to you, I'm sure that Simeon would never take part in such a disgusting antisocial act. Yes, exactly. I agreed. I could hardly imagine how long she would have had kept on scolding Elisa if Electronic hadn't popped out at the very moment shouting, I found it! I found it! Everyone turned towards him. He held a boot in his hand. Here! Electronic boastfully shook it over his head. It's Shurik's boot! Okay, calm down. Tell us in detail where you found it. In the forest, on the way to the old camp. Old camp? Whispers ran among the pioneers. Old camp. The old camp? Are you sure? Absolutely. What's so special about this old camp? I joined the conversation. It's nothing special, really, she stammered. One of the Sovianok's legends tells the story of a young camp leader's ghost living there. She fell in love with the pioneer, but he rejected her, so she killed herself. Oh, that reminds me of my school, as well as many other ones. She committed harakiri with a kitchen knife. Next day, that boy was hit by a bus. Whoa! Okay. Olyana ran out of the crowd. Jesus Christ. Bus? I refrained from asking about the route number. But science doesn't acknowledge the existence of ghosts, so we have nothing to be afraid of. Anyway, somebody should go there. Suddenly, the crowd started to thin out. Olga, it's almost night. Maybe tomorrow. I turned around and saw Slavia and Lena. What if at night something happens to him? No, today, right now. By the way, where is this place? Electronic roughly described to me the directions and told me the story to the old camp. The camp leader looked at me attentively. Why are they all lined up like that? You're the only man here. I am not the only man here. Why do you have that idea? I looked around the area. Of course, Electronic was quick to flee. God I still didn't want to walk in the woods alone. If you asked me, I would. Ah, fuck. Let's go with Lena. I trust her the most. Everyone else is really shady. That and I like Lena. I won't go there alone, will I? Olga thought for a moment. You may be right. We'll go together tomorrow. For the last few minutes, I noticed that Lena had a strange look on her face, as if she wanted to say something but didn't dare to. The pioneers started to disperse. As if others had an explosion, even our leader seemed to calm down and didn't react. When the wannabe terrorists left the square, hiding behind Liana. We should go too. Yes. Wait, what? Wasn't the option to go with Lena? Yeah, go with Lena. Alright. There's only a brief moment when between the first rays of the setting sun till complete darkness here in the south. And maybe in this world you don't have enough time to enjoy the variety of sunset colors. It was way too early to go to bed, but the leader definitely walked to her cabin as if mentally dragging me with her. Olga, I'll take a little walk. Okay. She looked at me intently, but didn't find any reason to object. I went back to the square. I didn't really want to look closely at the trivial damage done to the gender statue. It was the exact center of the camp. If you don't know where to go, you should start from there. I sat on the bench, looked to the west. I wondered if the earth here revolves on its axis as it should, or whether there was an actual north or south. It's hard to say. At this time, I didn't have any ideas on how to check the fundamental laws of nature. Hi. Lena appeared next to me as if from nowhere. Hi. Can't sleep? She looked at me in surprise. Well, yes, it is still early. May I sit? Yeah, of course, sit down. I moved over a little, saying a little was in fact an understatement. I actually shifted myself to the end of the bench. Thanks. Lena sat and looked at the sky as if she'd forgotten about me. It's sad. What is sad? That SHURIK disappeared. Yes, things aren't too good. Hey, this is good. She's actually talking to me. She was as calm as usual, keeping silent most of the time. She blushed and felt embarrassed, only when she had to speak or do something. That same silence, which could be seen as awkward by many people, including myself, was quite natural for her. I could hardly imagine Lena making an effort to carefully choose the right words to start a conversation or make a good remark, trying not to look stupid, or alternatively, trying not to look as rude as Elisa. I just wasn't able to compare her to anyone. She was just content with being herself. Does that mean that my attempts to start conversation with her could be seen as rude? The expression become friends could be interpreted as intrusion into her private life? But something in this girl attracted me. Maybe it was her mysteriousness. And she certainly wasn't lacking in appearance or feminine charms. I didn't have an answer for that. That's why I still hadn't been openly accused of being annoying. I'm sure he'll be found. How can you escape from a submarine? Lena didn't seem to appreciate the joke. This camp just seems like a large submarine to me only. I hope so. Tomorrow, Olga will call the police. They'll find him for sure. And what if, during the night, her expression grew sad? What if something happens to him? Alone at night in the forest, anything could happen. He must be lonely. No one forced him to go there. What if he just got lost? He shouldn't go walking in the forest alone. You don't have any pity for him at all? SHURIK may be sitting there all alone. Of course I pity him. I felt ashamed. And in any case, Lena was right. A person was missing. Anything could happen during the night. We aren't seriously going to search for him now, are we? She didn't reply, still looking somewhere far away, where the last rays of the sun shined over the top of the old trees, as if trying to leave a bit of its warmth with the people. Do you really think that roaming around the forest in the dark is a good idea? Probably not. For some reason, I was sure that was exactly what she thought. Recently I seem to be starting to understand Lena even without words more often, and she seemed to be influencing me psychologically, making me agree with her. Lena's silence was more informative than any chatter or attempts at persuasion. They looked for him during the day already. Everywhere? She stopped watching the sunset and looked at me. I don't know. I think everywhere. What about the old camp? For the first time her words sounded self-assured and not vague or indifferent. Where is it? I have no idea. Electronic told us. Well, if you trust him. I grinned stupidly, but Lena kept looking at me seriously. Sure, if it's not too far. So, you do want to go? Of course I don't. We can, if it's just there and back quickly. Okay. Aw, she smiled again. Yay. She smiled and gave me a flashlight, which appeared to be from nowhere. Okay, she just had a flashlight. Yes, that'll be useful. Does this mean she prepared for beforehand and nothing was up to me? I sighed as if doomed and headed to the forest with her. Night fell on the camp. We walked slowly. Lena was next to me, near but not too close. It was strange, but it looked like she wasn't afraid of anything. Moreover, she didn't seem to be bothered much about what we were doing, as if we weren't walking in the forest at night, but watching a movie with other people playing leading roles. Actually, Electronic said that the old camp was not too far, and if we walked straight to it, then it would be hard to get lost. After a few minutes, I was completely unsure that we were walking straight. After a few more, it started to seem that it would be a miracle for us to even get out of here, but I didn't want to lose face before Lena, so I tried to walk cheerfully. The forest was full of silent, flickering shadows and gleaming moonbeams. The grass quietly rustled under our feet and the branches rustled over our heads. Old oak stood next to the young birches. Large mushrooms emerged from under the ladder and as if taking out their large hats in salute. Or any other day, or rather any time of the day, it would have looked really beautiful. It may be safe at night too, but nevertheless I shuddered at each gust of wind. Look! Lena pointed forward. I rubbed my eyes and saw a gap between the trees. In a minute, we were in a rather large clearing. In the middle of it stood a building, which looked like a village school or kindergarten. The paint was falling off the walls. There were several holes in the roof, like the aftermath of bombing. The glassless windows looked at us sadly and a little threateningly. The paint was falling. Oh, it's not a very pleasant sight. I couldn't remember how I'd imagined this place a moment ago. It was like the images had been erased from my memory, replaced by this depressing graveyard view. Well, it's creepy. Lena was still standing silently, but a natural expression of fright appeared on her face. Oh, shit. Do you think he is in there? I have no idea. If I was SHURIK, then a haunted house would be the last place I'd hide in. Shall we go? I didn't manage to answer. The moon appeared from behind the clouds and illuminated the clearing with new colors. Actually, in one color, the white of the grave. I could see more clearly the distant trees, the mist shrouding them. It felt like the temperature dropped several degrees, making me shiver. Are you afraid? Lena asked calmly. Honestly? She smiled almost imperceptibly and took my hand. It would have caused a storm of emotions in any other situation, but at that time, it felt like a basic necessity. We slowly walked to the building. Walking through the playground, I pushed a merry-go-round, causing it to creak nastily as it made half a turn. Leva shivered and grasped my hand tighter. Sorry, I probably just remembered my childhood. Did you like merry-go-rounds? Yes, actually. I don't know, I don't remember. Probably all children like them. I didn't like them. Why? I got dizzy when I rode them. No wonder if you spin too fast. I like swings more. I like swings too, they're my favorite. Well, you can get dizzy on swings as well. But why would you? I don't know. That conversation had distracted me a little and stopped worrying about myself, about everything SHURIK, about our night trip, about Lena. After all, this world is not so alien. Finally, we reached the doors. The inside of the old camp building reminded me of kindergarten, the one I attended in my childhood. At first glance, even the room arrangement was the same. SHURIK! SHURIK? Grave-like silence replaced. Oh, they were calling for him. Oops, I thought they were surprised. Even the wind outside had calmed down. Looks like nobody is here. We should check anyways. Lena's courage still didn't cease to surprise me. Or I should say, her lack of normal self-preservation instincts didn't. I don't know if this behavior is strange or disgruntled or not. You know what, screw it. Let's make this a long episode. It's almost nighttime. By the time we get back, day 5 will start, so let's just keep this going. Hi, yeah, don't listen to me, just now. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really enjoying recording this. But the rest of this did wind up being a little bit too long, so I have to put that in an extra video so this doesn't get longer than 32 minutes. So I really hope you guys are enjoying. Thank you for staying, for those of you that have. And I will see you next time. Butternuts out.